Welcome to Integrity Inspire, your daily dose of inspiration and motivation, featuring the bright and talented members of the Integrity Marketing Group family. Now, here's your host, Integrity co-founder and CEO, Bryan W. Adams.
All right. Hello, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us today on Inspire Podcast. We've got so much exciting stuff we want to cover with you and excited to get started. Well, first of all, Kendall, are you on here with us?
Hey, good morning, Bryan.
Well, happy Mother's Day. I hope you had a great day yesterday with your family.
Yeah, definitely. Ann and I were talking earlier. Neither of us lifted a finger for Mother's Day, so it was a nice day to get spoiled.
Wow, that is awesome. Well, that was it's funny. Robin, that's what Robin said. She goes, "I just want to make sure I don't have to worry about preparing any meals or doing any dishes." I was like, "John, we can figure that part out." So we ate out twice yesterday.
That's great.
I got up and made some homemade muffins. Robin's gluten free. I made some homemade muffins. And it's like from scratch. There's not a box, nothing. And she loves these muffins. And it said 10-minute prep time. And so I'm like, I can do this. I was going to surprise her. 2 hours later, she walks out, and I'm like, she's like, why is this taking so long? Because I got up early. I was like, I don't know, man, but I think they're going to, let's see if they're good. Oh,
maybe they were just extra special because you spent so much time on them.
So she only ate one, so I'm not sure what happened. We'll see. It was the thought that counts. The thought that counts.
That's right. That's right.
Man, we got some exciting stuff. So spring training is kicked off here and is going off to a great start. We're thrilled to have rolled out a brand new Integrity Employee Handbook and appreciate everybody taking time to review that. If you haven't yet, please make sure that you get into Bridge, our new training platform, to watch the training video also on our family core values. We're going to be sharing a lot of different things about our core values for everyone. And our first swag drop also went out. That was a lot of fun. We know everybody loved the water bottles and drawstring bags, and each office also had a chance to have a concession stand for some sweet treats, and we saw many incredible photos. So keep those coming in. We'll be sharing some of those as well. And please send any of the photos around spring training into springtraining@integritymarketing.com. This week, we got some more fun planned, right? Our content will be focused on building a respectful workplace. So please watch for the training video to come through. You'll also see that we've got another swag drop, a lot of fun, and we'll be introducing our Integrity Hall of Fame, and we want to see photos of all of you guys as youth sports players. And we have a lot of athletes. We've got guys who played, professional baseball. We had a lot of guys playing professional golf. We had football players and otherwise. So take and please send in pictures of your youth sports pictures, and you'll receive some more information about that as well. So, man, spring training, just like our game time, is turning out to be a whole lot of fun. And we just we can't wait to see what we can all do together here. Now, Integrity's got talent. And did you have any idea when we were creating this we'd see so much talent? We just kind of came up with this idea, and all of a sudden, like, we have so much talent.
So much talent, Bryan, and what's blown me away is the different types of talent, all the different types of talent, and the voting. The voting counts. I keep going in and voting every day because you can vote for each of your contestants every day. So I go in and vote and cheer for everyone as we vote, and I just can't believe it. These are friends, family, colleagues, agents that we work with that are voting, and I've just been blown away. It's been so fun to watch.
Yeah, I was having dinner with one of our partners the other day, and he said, "There's no way we're going to lose this deal. Like our team is so focused on making sure that we win. We've got this rallying cry behind their individual, and it was really funny to watch how passionate they are about Integrity's Got Talent, and this all kind of started with us kind of doing this little singing thing that turned into Integrity Idol. I was with Patrick Cash last week, who was one of the winners of Integrity Idol last year, and he was talking about how much fun it was. But man, I tell you what, this has been just as much fun. We have a full week to vote left here, and the winner will receive $5,000 in cash. And just like Integrity Idol, we're giving money to our favorite charity, and your favorite charity will receive $5,000. And so that is going to be incredibly exciting. Kendall, I know we start off this podcast every morning by you singing something. We're about to bring on all the finalists, and I'm trying to decide. We had this fun little thing that we did, the medley, when we brought all the 5 finalists in on Integrity Idol, and we had them all sing. I don't know how. We've got a clogger, we've got a rapper, we have a voice impersonator, we've got a juggler, we have a sculptor and painter. I'm trying to figure out, what would you do if you brought them all together to do all of their talents at one time? That would be quite the smorgasbord, wouldn't it?
I mean, it would feel like you were at a true variety show, like a Sonny and Cher moment, even.
That would be, we should think about how in the world, I don't know if you could do it. It is so complicated, but if anybody could pull it off, I'm sure Thomas Archstein could. Well, before we get started on that, we always ask Kendall to sing. I know it was Mother's Day yesterday. You didn't have to lift a finger. You didn't have to do anything. But today we would love to hear you sing something. What were you planning on singing for us today?
Oh, man. So I'm still, just thinking about the team huddle that we had in Dallas on Friday, and we had our concession. We served burgers and brats here in the Dallas office. It was a ton of fun. So how about a little Take Me Out to the Ball Game to keep on theme?
Oh, I love it.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, for it's root for integrity. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
That was awesome. Well, thank you, Kendall. Well, so I've been traveling so much, and people ask me all the time, and I was traveling most of last week, and people ask me all the time, they said, what is the secret to integrity? What is the secret to what you guys have been pulling together? And everything that the only thing I guess I should say I can think of is culture. And it's a lot about this idea of, we've created this business on core values and partnership and culture. And part of culture is having fun. And so having burgers and brats and having sweet treats and having a lot of different things, swag drops to celebrate Compliance Week. Who does that? Or Compliance Month, I should say. Who does all these things? And it's people with great cultures that do this. And so one of the things I love is celebrating other people's gifts. And so we've been celebrating this Integrity's Got Talent, and we've got such an incredible diversity of talents that I'm still amazed of how people got narrowed down to the finalists, because we had so many incredible talents across the board. And so what we wanted to do is this week, we're going to be voting the rest of this week, and then we'll be announcing the inaugural, I should say, Integrity's Got Talent winner later, I think, next week. And so we wanted to highlight everyone today and to introduce each one of them to you. So the first one, and let me listen, I grew up in West Texas. I didn't learn how to read until I was in the third grade, so bear with me if I mispronounce somebody's name or I say something wrong. Hopefully you guys will give me a little grace on that. But first one, this one, my boys and I are aspiring jugglers. We've got the little juggling balls. My boys really want me to teach them how to juggle. I don't really know how very well, so it's kind of difficult for a guy who doesn't know how to juggle very well to teach another person how to juggle. But man, we were watching Ryan Bergman from Nijslossen Fleming juggle, and he was juggling it looked like a ball, an egg, and an apple while taking bites out of the apple. And I got to tell you, bites out of the apple here at Integrity mean a lot to all of us. But, man, when he ended up eating the egg at the end, it was one of those things we watched over and over, and my boys could not stop laughing. So I want to welcome Ryan to to be our first guest here on Inspire today. Ryan, I'm not kidding. My boys and I laughed so hard. And then I got to tell you, my wife was like, "Oh my gosh, he could have gotten sick." And then she's like, "all worried about you." I'm like, "Let it go, we're laughing." But man, tell us, how did you learn? Tell us a little bit about yourself, first of all.
Sure. And first, let me say I heard on your previous podcast, so I want to assuage your fears. I did not get salmonella, so you can pass that along to your wife and let her know. We're all safe here, but yeah, I'm Ryan. I work for Nijslossen Fleming. I'm their video editor. So if you ever check out our YouTube page or see us on social media, chances are that was I had a hand in some of that.
Man, and you make Bill and Jill look really good. I mean, you got a lot of work to do there.
Well, they make it easy.
You guys, by the way, I saw you guys had a fun event for spring training last week. It looked like you guys had a great time. I saw the outfits and the photos. It was pretty cool as well.
Yeah, we had some awesome team jerseys, a little bit of hot dogs and peanuts and Cracker Jacks. So a lot of good fun here.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Well, how did you get into juggling, man?
So my background is I'm an actor, and I was touring with a children's theater for a long time, and we would go to different schools throughout the country and do about 6 or 7 shows a day. They were only about 50 minutes long, but still it's a lot of shows in a day. So our opening act is I would just start juggling, and as the kids were like sitting down, you don't want them to get too rambunctious, so I would kind of give them something to watch while their teachers were trying to get them seated. And it started out, I knew how to do a regular old cascade, just like 3 balls, just regular old standard juggling. And then when you practice 7 times a day, 5 days a week, you start to pick up on things. So I would start throwing them under my leg, and I would try one-handed stuff, and I don't know. It's just one of those things where I didn't really expect that it would be a skill I would come away with. I was like, I'll just do it for a little bit of a opener, and then next thing you know, I'm eating apples and eggs and all that sort of thing.
Man, that was so amazing. You certainly have a lot of talent. Now, you've already won $1,000 because of how this competition is structured, and you get to give $1,000 to your favorite charity. It's kind of how, as a finalist, you get this. So tell us, and if you win, you get $5,000 or $5,000 for your favorite charity. You've got an interesting charity. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so it's called Old Friends Senior Dog Rescue, or Old Friends Senior Dog Sanctuary. And, I really just kind of found them through their social media. So, plugging the power of social media once again. But my fiance and I, we have 2 senior dogs, Toby and Millie. They're 11 and 13. And we adopted both as seniors. Toby was 7 when we adopted him, but they still kind of consider that a senior, and Millie was 10. And, you know, one of the things that Old Friends Senior Dog Sanctuary does is they kind of promote the adoption of these older dogs, because a lot of people, and I understand, but you go to a place to adopt a pet, and a lot of people go straight for puppies. You know, you want to live a long and full and happy life, and obviously puppies need homes too, but, you know, old dogs get overlooked a lot. They kind of have a higher percentage of sort of living out their days without being adopted. They also, Old Friends also tries to help get dogs with illnesses adopted too, so that they can have their final years, they can have a good home and a good loving family. And they also, to encourage that, help. So your donations and the $1,000 that, you've so graciously donated to them, what it'll go to is helping to promote the adoption and also veterinary care, because that's one of the things that kind of mitigates the risk, quote unquote. If somebody's like, hey, this dog he's got a, condition and it's going to take some medicine, well, Old Friends pays for that medicine, so that's one thing off your plate while you're giving these dogs a loving home.
Man, that is such a great cause, man. I know we got a lot of dog lovers here, a lot of pet lovers here, so I know they're all rooting for you. Congratulations, Ryan, for making it this far. We wish you the best of luck, man. Keep it up.
Thank you so much.
All right, keep it up, buddy. Well, hey, next up, we got Autumn Shields and Amber Boeing. Man, I knew these people were talented at the Alliance, but they were clogging and in step perfectly, and it was such an amazing thing to watch. Amber, I don't know if I've ever seen people's feet move that fast. That was pretty incredible. Now, I heard both of you had won some other awards before, but you guys came out of retirement for this. You got Andy Albright, who's getting you out of retirement. You got, I'm sure Billy Bob was. I call him Billy Bob. I know his name's not Billy Bob, but that video guy Billy. He did some amazing work as well, I think. But tell us a little about how you guys started clogging and became so good at it.
Absolutely. So, yeah, we both started clogging when we were about 4 or 5 years old, and then one thing led to another. We got on a competition team together. Autumn's stepmom is actually the dance instructor, and, we've been competing probably for 20 years, and then it was time to go off to college and get a real job. So thanks to Integrity's Got Talent, you pulled us out of retirement, and we had to dust off our nice clogging shoes and get them going again.
Now, are you guys related?
We are not. We're just really good friends.
Wow. Well, it's amazing to see people that in step. And I love at the very end where the dust comes up. It was great effect there. So you guys are giving to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. This is something certainly near and dear to our heart, with some things we've been through and some family members who have really benefited through Make-A-Wish. Tell us a little bit about your passion about that.
So here at the Alliance, we have a lot of people who have been affected and who benefit from the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Personally, I have a cousin who was actually just nominated for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. She was born with several different birth defects, one of them called esophageal atresia. And she's going to be dealing with it for the rest of her life, but she was just nominated, so hopefully she'll get to see Luke Combs and some country artists here sometime soon.
Wow, that is awesome. Well, keep us posted on that. What is esophageal atresia?
It's actually where her esophagus was attached to her lungs instead of her stomach. And so what they had to do, they were actually from here in North Carolina. They had to fly Peyton to Boston Children's Hospital, where they kept her in a coma and stretched her esophagus and eventually attached it a year after she was born. So she was in the hospital for the first year of her life.
Wow. Well, Well, there's no place better in Boston Children's, so that is a great. It sounds like great outcome to such a tough start, but we will certainly be rooting for her. Certainly hope to see her with Luke Combs for sure. But you guys, I know the Alliance just had a massive event all weekend called y'all's Spring Summit, I think it was. You had 800 managers in. I saw a lot of pictures. I'm going to be seeing Andy later today, and it sounds like you guys had incredible time, and hopefully you guys get some rest because I know you guys have been busy. But thank you guys for sharing this with us, and we can't wait to continue watching you guys come out of retirement because you guys are too good to not keep sharing them.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right, we'll keep it up. Well, next up, man, I don't even know how to say his last name. I'm going to give it a shot. But this guy is Factory Fresh. And my boys, I got a 9-year-old that wants to be a rapper, and he's just so into it. And all of a sudden, we're watching these talent auditions. And Andrew has from Family First Life or Factory Fresh comes on and start talking about 10Xing on them and becoming an Integrity shareholder. Oh, my gosh. Andrew, first of all, that was amazing. And I've heard so much about you from Andrew Taylor, Sean Mike, and the rest of the team. But that was ridiculous. And tell us a little bit about yourself, man. Hey, how do you pronounce your last name?
Yeah, it's all right. Everybody butchers it. So it's Buez.
Buez. All right. Well, there you
go. Yep,
Buez. I apologize in advance.
You were close.
Dude, you're like one of the hardest workers we know. Like, you've got a hammock in the office, I understand. And
you heard about that.
You are just a straight-up grinder. But you also have this hidden talent. One of our board members in New York sends me a picture or a video, and he goes, dude, who is this kid, Andrew? He goes, Factory Fresh. He goes, he reminds me of Bruno Mars, but cooler. And I was like, oh, my God, what a compliment that is for
awesome.
Jay Wilkins is comparing you to Bruno Mars. So tell us, how did you become a rapper, man?
Well, I've always been into hip-hop, and since I was 11, I started writing. And then, my mom owned a daycare at the time, and I would put on little shows for, the kids. And, growing up throughout high school, started doing shows, just kind of everything started manifesting, and it was, kind of like became a local superstar, I guess you could say. And then, it had been, I don't know, maybe like 5-6 years since I even rapped anything. And so to even see that I still have a little flow and rhythm was reassuring. So, but yeah.
Well, you got it, bro. You've got it. I love the whole how you tied it into becoming Integrity shareholder, 10Xing on them, and all the great stuff that we're going to do together, man. We are super excited about you, Factory Fresh. Can't wait to continue watching you rap. We need to have an event and let you rap, Amber and Adam Clog and Ryan juggle all at the same time. And we're not done yet either, but that'd be sick.
That'd be awesome.
So you're supporting the LA Dream Center. A lot of people don't know what the Dream Center is doing, but what you guys are doing with Pastor Matthew and everybody there at the Dream Center in LA is phenomenal. Tell us a little bit about your passion on that.
Yeah, so, the Dream Center's just become part of the family with FFL, and I actually had the opportunity of meeting Pastor Matthews when he came out to Las Vegas to do a training on leadership, and amazing guy. And just, seeing all the agents and, the, what should I call it, their cause for, what they do. And I just kind of wanted to give my part in, and They offer opportunities and programs designed to reach the most underserved communities in Los Angeles. And, they provide resources like food, clothing, and other essential items. I mean, the Dream Center feeds 250,000 people a day, which is just crazy. And, on average, distributes 5 million pounds of food a year. So, and Pastor Matthew's, his story, so I do a lot of the marketing for FFL USA, and just sitting through that story, I mean, this guy, if you haven't watched it, you have got to check it out on our YouTube channel. It's just a great guy and will do anything for anyone. And just to see what he's done for the company, for us, and what's even crazier is that they receive no government funding. So that's just unbelievable. So without funding, they would have nothing. So, I just want to keep it in the family and just support the cause.
Yeah, what they're doing there with, especially the Christmas side, where they're giving Christmas gifts to so many underserved kids. Right. And then right now they decided they wanted to give out shoes.
Shoes, yeah.
Kids, little kids. And Sean Mike and you guys decided, I think they wanted to give out 1,000 pairs of shoes. And Sean
10,000.
And Sean and the team decided that's not enough. So now trying to get 10,000 pairs of shoes. And you just think about it. Yeah, I mean, it's just for little kids. I mean, these are little kids that just don't even have basic necessities that are covered. And so, it could not be a better cause, I don't think. And love Pastor Matthew, and I know he'll appreciate all the help that you're giving, but also the attention that you're helping him spread as well. So keep it up, my friend.
Thank you, Brian.
Let's see it. Maybe if you make it to the final, if you win this thing, I have to hear you live and see what you come up with, man.
Yeah, win or lose, or it's. I think it's already a done deal. You got some more going. You're ready. You're ready. Yeah, our event in June. There'll be a little surprise. Factory Fresh.
Well, we can't wait to see it, my friend. Keep it going. Next up, we have Leslie Hogan from North American Senior Benefits, sculpting and painting. And man, I tell you what, talking about some talent. Oh my word, Leslie, you are so skilled in so many different ways that I'm just amazed by it. So. Tell us how you got into sculpting and painting.
Well, I actually have always, from as far back as I can remember, been really interested in being an artist, regardless of what medium or avenue that takes, just being able to use creativity and art every day, whether it's work, I use it to relax, like to share that with my kids. Just something I've always been interested in, and always learning new ways to do that.
Man, well, I don't know if people really appreciate how much work that takes, but some of the sculpting that you've done, some of the different things that you've been able to put together is just absolutely spectacular. And the guys over in NASB, I mean, Craig Harvey and Jordan Smith and Chad Milner and just the entire team are some of the Lance, just some of the best people in the world. I know they're rooting for you, and you're supporting the American Diabetes Association. Tell us why their mission is so important to you.
Well, when my little sister, she's my very little sister, she's 7 years younger than me. When she was 3 and I was 10, she was diagnosed with juvenile diabetes, and it took a long time for them to diagnose it because it is kind of rare. And up in Indiana, where I am from, we just didn't see a lot of it. So when they finally got her diagnosed, she had been in the hospital. They couldn't figure out what was wrong with her. And she was only 3. It was really scary for the rest of us in the family. And over the years, although she has it under control, I have witnessed her have sudden lows and have seizures. I've had to actually give her a shot of glucose myself because she was having a seizure in front of me. And the American Diabetes Association, they are kind of dedicated just to prevention, cures, and management of diabetes so that people who have that can just live a more comfortable, more normal life.
Wow, man, this is certainly personal. How's your sister doing now?
She's great. She's 32. She really hasn't had any issues for a while. She's got it all under control. But, it can just come on really suddenly where I know last year around Thanksgiving, she was sitting next to me on the couch, and then suddenly she was having a seizure, and we were calling ambulances, and she had done really nothing. She had eaten that morning. You just never really know how your body's going to react. And a lot of times it's people with type 1 diabetes where their pancreas never works. Occasionally it'll just decide to work for a second, cause a high or cause a low blood sugar. It can be really detrimental to people, and they're still trying to figure out what makes that happen.
Wow, man. Well, I'm glad she's doing better, and hopefully they find a cure. And I'm glad you're supporting it. And keep up the sculpture and painting. We have a lot in my office here in Dallas. We've got a lot of curated art that really are kind of based on our business philosophies and such. We should talk about figuring out a new piece of art that we get you to do for us. We'd love to tie that in for sure.
Well, I appreciate it. I've got a surprise for you in my 30-second video we sent in. I actually drew you in one of them, so you'll have to look for that.
Oh God, don't do that. You'll never win if you're doing that. Let's no, I'm kidding. Well, I can't wait to see it. Thank you for doing that. I cannot wait to see it, but hopefully it didn't ruin your piece of art. Well, keep it up. Tell everybody there at NASB hello for us. Well, next up. Yeah, thanks a lot, Leslie. Well, lastly, and certainly not least, my sons have loved every one of these. They've loved the juggling. They've loved the clogging. They've loved the wrapping. They've loved the painting, the sculpting. But I don't think that they've ever laughed as hard. And these were deep belly laughs from my 6-year-old. And we just kept on watching over and over. Lexi Williams from Agent Pipeline, as she was making these fun impersonations. And then my boys started trying to mimic them and try to do them themselves. And so it has been so much fun to watch all of these. But I know my boys have really enjoyed Lexi. Lexi, thank you so much for the fun. I mean, golly, I don't know how you did it, and you would just move on to the next one. So tell us a little bit about how you got into voice impersonations.
Yeah, sure. I'm glad your boys enjoyed my voice impersonation.
So I got to tell you, my boys loved it. And then my wife and I, after a while, were like, stop trying that. Stop, because they're walking around trying to do it themselves. They're trying to juggle, they're trying to listen to more rap, and they're trying to do voice impersonations. So it's been it's been really funny. But how did you get into voice impersonation?
Yeah, I actually picked it up very young. I had a really young dog called Teddy, and I would try to kind of impersonate my dog when I was really young, 4 or 5, and try to bark like him. And I grew up really young playing video games, especially Mario Kart on the GameCube. And a lot of the time I would play Princess Peach, and she would be when she'd win, she'd always do this like little, yeah, I won, and I would always impersonate that to my siblings as I am rubbing in their face that I just won.
Oh, so, that's awesome. Well, hey, give us a couple. Just surprise us with a couple of things, because I know people like this. This is one of those things people just love. We had Lance Holke on the other day, and he's also an aspiring voice impersonator, and he came up with Cassius Clay or Muhammad Ali that was just unbelievable, absolutely. But give us something from just have some fun with it.
Oh man, so I'm not sure if many people know, but there's this character from World of Warcraft, and they're like little goblins, and they make these fun little noises, and they kind of sound like New Jerseyans, and I have a lot of fun doing it. I actually went through a Taco Bell and did this voice impersonation while ordering. I just made my fiance laugh so much. I made even the people at Taco Bell laugh so hard. They kind of sound like this. They're like, "Hey, what's up? How you doing? So I miss money, friend. You know." They're a lot of fun to do.
Oh my goodness! Well, it's been a lot of fun. I know that you're supporting the West Virginia Breast Health Initiative. Tell us a little bit more about that charity and why it's so close to you.
Yeah, so West Virginia Breast Health Initiative is so close to me because of the news that I heard this past year with my aunt getting breast cancer. It was really devastating to me, especially with COVID. I couldn't go see her or, be there, whereas a lot of people could be there for their family members, and it was just really hard. Like, even though she lived maybe an hour away, I couldn't go and see her. I couldn't be there for her and help her through this time, It was just really devastating to me, and that's why I chose West Virginia Breast Health Initiative, because they help people in West Virginia who have breast cancer, who don't have the resources they need or know what to do next when they have breast cancer. And I just want people in my community to be able to get a cure, to be able to get what they need to be able to beat cancer.
Wow. Well, that is awesome. And hopefully one of the things that happens out of this COVID pandemic and how quickly we got to a vaccine for that, hopefully that research will, help accelerate, the research and also the cures for diabetes and cancer and other things like you guys are supporting. So, Lexi, thank you so much. Keep up the great work. Tell Ryan Kimball and Laura Kimball and everybody there hello for me. But keep up the great work and best wishes to you.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, voting is through this week, and then we'll be announcing the winner of Integrity's Got Talent. We'll try to have them back on as well, but this is just such a tough competition because of the variety of the talents that we have. But I wish everybody the best of luck in everything that you guys are doing. This is such an incredible cause that each one of you guys are supporting, and so I really wish each one of you guys well through this. And so we have gone through a lot today, and I tell you, this is one of the most fun things that we get to do is go through and talk about culture. Hope everybody has a really blessed week, and I hope you just have a lot of fun as you're working hard as well. God bless you all. Take care. Bye.